Yeah, that's me. It says Imagineer, Gamification Expert, Experience Maker. That's some of the titles people have called me over the last few years, over the last few years. Before it was just the guy who makes fun stuff. And it is because what I've been doing for the last 12 to 13, 14 years is projects and things that were fun, engaging, but also provided results. Because people could learn something, for example, or we could drive results, or learn about social corporate responsibility. I made games with purpose. I design purposeful fun. That's what I like to do for companies. And it all started 12 years ago when I worked for a Dutch market research company called Retail Reality. And I made the first game called The Hunt. And before I can explain about The Hunt, I really need to explain something about this. Mystery shopping. Retail Reality was a market research company, and we had about 100 mystery shoppers. And what they would do, they would regularly visit shops all over the Netherlands, trying to buy something, and eventually report back to us how it went, essentially. And typically our clients would be retail chains of about 50 to 200 stores. And they would have a certain policy on how they wanted their people to sell their stuff. So for example, they would train people and would tell their people, when a customer comes into your door, greet them directly. When a customer is in your store and they are giving verbally or non-verbally signals that they want to be helped, walk through them and help them, talk to them, actively engage. But of course, not all salespeople were doing this. And we would send in our mystery shoppers to all those shops, trying to buy something, and they would report back to us. And we would, this is 2002, I have to tell you that. This is in an age before there were real smartphones, before there was internet, and we had reports on paper like this big. And we would present the reports back to the retail organization. And they would have some insights on what to change in their process, in their sales process. And it was nice for them, so they could train their people to, for example, greet people more when they came in, and talk to them, actively engage, sell more, do some cross-selling. But this had some side effects on the store managers themselves, because these reports, they were public, they were also given to the store managers themselves. When the store managers received a positive report, this means a mystery shopper came in and they were treated very good, they'd say, "Oh, that's great, we're doing great, we don't need to change." Pretty nice. Also, when they had a negative report, shop manager, what would they say? They would say, "Oh, well, it was just a one-time sample. Normally, we're doing great. We don't need to change." And I've witnessed this for over 2 or 3 years in this company. And I thought, yeah, this needs to change. This needs to change. Can we use what we've got on mystery shoppers and make this whole process more fun, more engaging, and more effective? I think we can. Let's make it a game. Let's make it a game. And we did, and we called it The Hunt. And what we did, in a period over 5 weeks, with 100 stores divided in 10 areas of 10 stores, we had one launch event in a place like this, but then with 1,000 salespeople from all over the stores. and we showed them this great video, this smart special introduction video. And we told them this: in the next 5 weeks, your store will be visited by the mystery man. And you will do this 5 times in the coming 5 weeks. And this mystery man can be any customer that walks into your door. Any customer. So this can be a man or a woman. He can be tall or small, skinny or fat, grumpy or happy. Anyone can be this mystery man. Your mission is reveal the mystery man. And you can do this only by 1. Greet the mystery man whenever he walks into the door. 2. Actively approach the mystery man. And 3. Use the special code word. And this was exciting because the code word would be a word that was related to sales, like benefits or offer. And the code word, that was very special because the code word, they would find it on the internet, and the first 100 people could also receive this by SMS. It was 2002, by SMS, so they could find the code word over there. And on the intranet, there was also there were leaderboards, of course, hints, field report from the mystery shoppers, the mystery man. And this code word would change every 2 to 3 days. So that would be exciting. You should always be up to date with the code word. So whenever there was a new code word, people would tell it to each other. And they would incorporate this in their talks. Well, this is what happened. The results. First of all, the salespeople. This is the most important one. There was a discussion going on between the lines the last few hours that we should focus more on engagement of our clients instead of the money. Yeah, that's true. This was done for the salespeople to make it more fun for them. And they became very alert. Before, 40% of all people walking into the door were greeted. Now it was 89% of all people walking into the door of the stores. They simply approached more customers. The rate in which new salespeople are getting into the store and get fired or just go away, it's a very smart turnover rate. So they come and they go and they come and they go. So for some people it's quite scary to really actively approach customers. This was done in this game, The Hunt. And they became very creative and social in their sales conversation because they had to slip in the code word. And what they would do, they would come to, whenever there was a new code word, they would come together. How can we incorporate this new code word into our conversation? And sometimes they would share that with the other team that were within their cloud of 10 companies. And they would also try to game the system. So at the intranet forum, they would pass fake code words. It was mayhem, of course, but that was great. There were very little rules in the game, and that made them great. We didn't have to moderate very much at this game. They had more contact with other stores. Normally they would meet once or twice a year, the corporate event, when they had to order something from another store. But now they were really actively engaging with these other stores, whether it would be to game them or whether to help them. And they simply had more fun. It was a lively buzz for these 5 weeks. They really had more fun. Well, next, the mystery shoppers. Our mystery shoppers would normally visit stores. Well, they really like to do that. They're fond of shopping. But they had more fun. Of course they had more fun. Do I get, would they reveal me today? How should I behave? Because they would normally behave like an average customer. They really had fun, and when they were revealed, they were very proud to say, I'm the mystery man, congratulations. And they would share all their stories on the internet. And they had really great stories, and Besides that, a lot of mystery shoppers would actually buy something, and we don't pay that for them. So when they buy something, they do it for their own money, their own account. There are also, at least these were the positive side effects of this whole game, were regular customers. Customers that were not hired by us, just walking the streets, just walking into the store. What happened? Of course, this is what happened. They got actually part of the game. They got a lot more attention because of the game. Because everywhere in the store there were these people actively looking around. Is this a mystery man? Is this a man? Can this be it? It was great fun. So these people got a lot more of attention. And eventually they bought more because all these people were very, very alert. And eventually the retail organization, our clients, the people at the headquarters, they saw, in this case, and I'm not allowed to reveal which company it was, but we did it as some companies, it was the first. Their average turnover over 150 shops increased by 4.7%. I can tell you that's a lot of money. And I think this retail checks cost them about 60 or 70 euros per mystery visit. And well, that's basically what I like to say. I just wanted to give you this one example, because we built from that. Afterwards, we made a lot of more of this kind of games, building on what we've learned. I thought, yeah, I hear the lights. Yeah, I could go on. I would really love to tell you more about all this other things we did, but I don't. I'm going to leave it here. I hope you're inspired. Thank you.